me get this call recorded. You know what I admire? I admire that he didn't give up and that he didn't compare himself. And maybe he did, which I'm sure he did. And maybe he thought all the haters got to him. Maybe that's why he got a little depressed. But think about it. Those people pushed through all that. And that's what I admire. And I feel like that's what coaching is, you guys. So I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes of this call because Sarah and I went to Super Saturday together. And I sent out a mass email. And yes, it was the link to the DC Super Saturday. But I had this huge goal that I'm going to have as many people from Team Epic Journey come down to Maryland on July 27th. And we can all just like go to Super Saturday together and be together as a team, and just, that's just on my vision board. So it's like, in order to make the vision come true, you got to invite. And guess what I did? I invited 138 people today, even the people that left Beachbody and they're not even returned yet.
So it's funny. I just want to remind you, like, weeks before Super Saturday is Summit, so keep that in mind too.
Yeah, I'm going to be so tired, but it's going to be so awesome.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. The month of July for you is going to be like, woo!
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
I got to hop off here.
Okay, baby.
I'll watch the replay.
All right, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Sharona. How's your day today? Oh, wait, hold on. Unmute. Unmute. I can't unmute you. There you go. What's up, girl?
Oh, much.
Not much. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I sent I lost my train of thought. Oh, I sent you a text message to let you know that so my coworker,
yeah,
she had a really bad coach a while ago. For a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I sent her a link to her other email because she has two of them. Registered. She didn't realize that she had to use the email she sent me, and so it popped her in with her old coach.
Oh, so was she trying to sign up with you today? And then she didn't take care of her old business from her old email. Okay, so she just has to do a request to change coaches.
Yeah, well, she goes, because I was trying to explain it to her. So what she said was she was just going to call them and just ask them to cancel the whole transaction, like cancel everything, and then use the link in her email that she provided me to send the link to.
Yeah, I mean, whatever is easiest for her. I mean, really, she can still sign up that way, and all she has to do is just do a coach transfer, and you'll still get the points. She'll still get onto you. But whatever's comfortable for her.
That's what I said. I said, whatever, you do.
Yeah.
The email came from my husband. I said, but I work both accounts.
Yeah.
You're with me, but you're going to have his name attached to you.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to cancel everything, and then I'm going to just redo it the right way with the link that you sent me and use my Gmail account instead of my MSN account.
So then you'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's good though, but that's good. So yay. So when
she didn't want to do the shakes, and I was like, why? She goes, because they're
expensive.
Well, no, it wasn't that. It was that she couldn't send the taste of them. I don't know who her coach was or, any name.
Try. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, no, don't try to drink them straight.
You know what? Here's a great way
for a while.
Well, here's a great way to tell people that, especially if there's a scenario of, I tried them before, but I don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
The next question I ask is, was that your first time trying Shakeology? Usually the answer is yes. And then I'll say, how did you make it? And they'll usually say, oh, just water and ice or whatever. And I'll go, girl, listen, you can't do that. Your taste buds, and here's what you say, ready? Your taste buds have not gotten healthy yet. You told me you still crave your sodas and your fast food and your junk food all the time. So when your body is about to get something really good and healthy for yourself, you're going to probably think it's gross. It's just like when you tell your child to try an asparagus for the first time, it's good for them, but they hate the taste. So you have to learn to acquire the taste. So you have to learn to do olive oil, salt and pepper. And
That's kind of what I told her, but I like that line. But I told her, I was like, I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And, like, what did I just get myself into? I said, but will you be willing, under the guidance of like me and, the team, and my coach, that would you give it a try for 30 days?
What'd you say?
Yeah, because
it's like, why not?
Yeah, she is. I said, because we'll help you. We're not just going to send you on your way. And, and once you're in, I'll send you the email link to kind of give you more steps before your pack gets there.
Good.
Overheard her talking about surgery. And she's like, but I don't want to do surgery because I haven't done all my options yet.
Good. So fight for it.
That's what I said. I said, well, it's not going to be easy, but slow and steady, we'll help you. So,
oh, I love that. It's really about helping the people. That's all that it is. It's just about helping the people. And if we help, that's our job. I don't know if you saw this or not, but Danielle Natoni, and I'm just trying to find my picture because I'm going to make sure I just hit my post button before I keep going on my call, because I wrote my post out and I was like, let me just make sure I do that. Danielle and Darren Natoni were on and they were talking, and I love Darren Natoni for so many reasons. He gives it very real and like, hey, listen, if you don't do the work, you don't get paid. Like it's just boom, boom, boom. And I love that. But I think what I love most is something that I keep hearing a lot, and I hear it, top coaches and everybody. One of the obstacles that I hear with coaches in the very beginning of their stages, and I don't know if you can shed light on this too, is I don't really think I'm going to be able to do this coaching thing. I think I need to take care of myself first. What would you say to that, Sharona? Because I think for me, and I'm going to give my answer to it because I'm a little more seasoned, but I want to see your perspective too, because you're almost seasoned, but you're more fresh. So it's like, if somebody is going to say that out loud and they just started to be a brand new coach and they just went through a training and it's overwhelming and you just kind of get this rush of anxiety. I'm sure you've been there, but have you been there? What did you do with that? And can you kind of walk through that process a little bit?
I would say if you think that you can't do it because you need to work on yourself, that's our number one job as coaches is to work on ourselves first, because we can't help anybody else unless we're doing what we're supposed to do. And of course, it is going to be overwhelming, especially if you're in a training and you have a ton of information thrown at you, and then you get behind or you don't keep up, and then you get overwhelmed and you're not sure exactly where you should put your focus, when you just got to come back to the core of why you started for yourself. And then by you starting for yourself and just posting your journey online, you're coaching without even know that you're coaching.
It's so true.
Yeah. And then people get inspired and ask you, and then you just tell them what you're doing. So
I just recorded you, by the way, so you could put on Instagram. Good job. I just want you to know that, because you know why? That's like honesty and raw. And I know you don't mind that I do that, because I want to tell you and I want to share. But what I love is that you gave me your raw, honest opinion, and I didn't even let you know, like, hey, by the way, I'm going to put this up. So that was you. That was you, and that was raw, and that was honesty. And that's what I want. So what I think is what I want to talk about is, we have a lot of new coaches on our team, and a lot of new coaches are not really engaged just quite yet. They're still kind of doing almost what we did when we were beginning challengers, which is watching the people on Facebook, seeing how they're doing things, and watching from behind the scenes. So I kind of feel like that's kind of where our team is at a little bit. And so right now, our team is ranked diamond because you and me are holding it to diamond right now. It's you being an emerald. If you weren't an emerald, this team would drop to an emerald rank. So it is literally at this point 2 of us holding a diamond team. And what I want people to hear on the call is, we can't hold this by ourselves. Like we can, but we don't want to, right?
No.
We're building this team, and I feel like you and I are like the founding farmers and founders of this team. I really do. I mean, think about what like, you see the vision, right? You see the vision. It took you a little bit of time, but you got there. And when you got there, you were on fire. And that's exactly how I was. It was like, I saw this opportunity and I was like, what am I doing? I'm like, I think because I was never brought up to see entrepreneurship as a job.
Yeah.
Like, I just never did. Now, I actually did see it, but I didn't know about it because my mom was a Mary Kay consultant for my whole entire upbringing, okay? So she had all her products down in her basement. She had to store everything. She would go out on Monday nights and go to her meetings, and then she would come home from her meetings, and she would get all dressed up for her meetings and wear her high-heeled shoes and get her makeup on and look real pretty, right? And all the products were down in our basement in our laundry room. My dad built this amazing addition into the laundry room where it was shelves. So all the products were nice and neat and organized with like a little closing.
Wow.
It was really cool. So here we sit, and I didn't even realize that my mom was in an entrepreneur job.
Wow.
And she had many sales. She had a couple people under her, and I don't know how far up she got, but she got high up enough to go to Dallas for some big thing. And I do remember that as a kid growing up. So I believe that I have entrepreneurship within myself too. My dad also, he wasn't able to be here to actually go for those things, but he had this thing one day where he wanted to come up with this business called GMG Enterprises for Grandmaster Greg. That was his nickname, Grandmaster Greg, GMG. So we have our suicide prevention t-shirts, and they have the hang loose sign because that's what you always used to do. And then the shirt said GMG on it. So he was also kind of an entrepreneur too. He would take care of things. He would landscape. He would do stuff. And so I think what's interesting is that it's part of my life, and I didn't even see it, honestly, until this call. I really just put the call together when I just said, oh, my mom did Mary Kay. But I really didn't think about it until now. And you know what's crazy is when I first came into this business, I want people to understand that you're gonna not know what the hell you're doing. You're going to feel super overwhelmed. You're going to feel pressured. You're going to feel stressed. You're going to feel like you can't do it. But here's what I want to really explain about the big thing. And this is, Sharona, this is like, I really think here's the question. When people just say, when I offer the coaching opportunity to people, number one, I don't ask just everybody. I ask specific people. And the way I ask them is because I've been watching them. I see them. There's certain words and behaviors that I'm noticing, and I'm like, that's me. That's me. And I want another me on this team. And what's funny is that I want another me on the team that doubts herself. How funny is that? I want another person that doubts herself. I want another Stacy that kind of teeter-tots with confidence issues. I want that person. I want the Stacy that I see that sometimes gets nervous because it's the 15th of the month and she hasn't even have a point on the board for Success Club yet. I want that Stacy. You know why? Because it's imperfectly perfect. And you know why else I want those Stacys? Because I don't want somebody who's trying to be perfect. I don't want that. I want somebody who says to me, I need to take care of myself first. That's who I want to coach on our team. And so I really, whoever's going to watch this playback, because I'm going to post it in Gold Diggers, there has been specific people that have said to me, I don't know if I'm going to do this coaching thing because I have to take care of myself first. But I'm going to pause and ask you guys some direct questions because this is recorded. Where was the disconnect from I'm all in, I'm giving it 100%, this is going to be the job that's going to make it work. You go through a new coach training and then all of a sudden, I can't. What happened? Something happened, and I know what it is. You get overwhelmed. You're getting all this stuff thrown at you, and all of a sudden you think that you have to be doing it perfectly, right? And then what happens after that? You go ghost. Well, you go ghost. You go ghost. Your coach reached out to you, and you don't reach back, but yet your coach sees that you saw the message, right? This is universal, you guys. So I really want you to understand that, like, it's all of us. It's all of us. But I will tell you this, and Sharona, you can tell me if you're wrong on this, but I know you're going to say you're right on it. The moment you went all in, wherever that clicked for you, what happened? Where did you like, I'm going to work this business? And did you not get better at your wellness? Did you not show up more for your wellness? Did you not show up more for your family? Like like, talk about that. Cause I want people to hear this call, cause I'm going to keep it real.
I think what happened, cause things weren't clicking for me. Cause I'm like, okay, where do I get my people? Where do I get my messages? And when you said, I have it written on my thing, when you said something along the lines of posting, or when you have to post, because if you don't post, no one's going to comment on your stuff, like on social media. So then you're not going to have conversations, and you're not going to be able to invite, which means helping people. And so I wrote it down here on my whiteboard, that I wrote, posting equals peeps, peep equals conversation, conversations equal the invites, and invites equal helping more people.
I love it. I love it.
So,
I love it.
And I know that when I go through crazy stages, because I still not go ghost on myself on my social media, because I take pictures and I do all this with good intentions, and then if I don't do it like right then and there, I will totally forget. And it's not wanting to post. I just get busy with what's going on in my season. And I totally forget. And so it's something I need to work on myself to get better. But when I was posting normally and I was having a lot of conversations, genuine conversations, and they didn't feel forced. And so then
you wait, let me interrupt you really quickly. So what happened was you took a tool and started to figure it out. Would that be right?
Yes, because I was like, am I just supposed to go through my friends list and start sending, hey,
hi, I'm your neighborhood.
I haven't talked to you in 4 years. Hey, what's up? You know.
And by the way, do you want some Shakeology? Awesome.
Exactly. So, but knowing how to do, like just taking a few minutes and commenting on people's things and doing your post and all that stuff. And, like, this is personal, but you're in the bathroom, doing your business. If you had to sit there for 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, some people read the, newspaper or a magazine. You don't have to.
You can write a post while you can.
I mean, you can say it on people's stuff, and you can use that time that you're in the restroom. And I've done that before. I'm like, okay, I got to go through and do some stuff. So,
it's so true. And
get in the pockets.
Well, it's funny. I think also too, and this is where we're going to get a little bit deep on this a little bit. I think when we have coaches, now this is just in general, this is a broad statement. When coaches think they can't do it, they haven't fallen in love with themselves yet. They haven't fallen in love with the fact that there is a pixie ounce of possibility that they are worth something more than where they sit currently. And I do believe in that, because that was how I felt. The moment I said, I want to be a coach, because I wanted to be a coach. My husband went on strike and we didn't have his paycheck for 4 months, and I'm a part-time hairstylist, so I get paid every 2 weeks. That was not cutting crap, okay? It was not bringing home. I mean, and I'm not putting my job down, because I also was a mom. But what I'm saying is we were going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Because what I had was not enough.
Yeah.
And so rather than me running to Target and getting a job, which I could have done, and it's not wrong because I would have done it if I had to. Okay. But I really didn't want to look for something that was going to be a short-term solution. I wanted a long-term result. And then the light went on. When I said those words, I was like, but that's my wellness. That's my wellness. They're the same thing. And if I have to cancel my Shakeology to save $100, and I'm not losing my Shakeology. And I'll tell you what, perception, scope, lens, perspective, whatever, is everything. And limiting self-beliefs are even more. Because if you keep a limiting self-belief of, I can't do this, it's too much, I really want to, but it's true. It's going to be true, you know? And I do believe that my limiting self-belief has not put a point on the board yet, because I am riddled with fear for some reason this month that it's not going to happen. And that's just me being honest. And I don't know why, but I don't know what that is. And I need to figure it out. And then I need to let that go. So there's some lesson in it. And I just need to figure that out. So, but I will tell you this, is that if you're posting on social media, if you have a fitness page or a journey page, and you're posting on our Team Epic Journey page, and you're working out pretty much 4 to 7 times a week, and you're drinking your Shakeology pretty consistently, and you are implementing, you're coaching, you are just not getting paid for it. And you need to get paid for it. And here's the thing, it'll bring payment to your Shakeology, number one. But number two, you actually get to really help somebody who needs to be coached. Like, I'm so, let's tonight, perfect example. When you came to me and you were like, I want to be on your team, that was a long time ago. Already, it's a long time ago. But I am so privileged to be like, yes, come in. I didn't do it. If you want me to call a coach, what I did was I just said, come to my group, and I would check in with you. How are you doing? What can I do for you? Do you need a phone call? Way to go. I think you should be a coach. I really see it in you. Like, that's all I did. And you know what that is? It's a coach is like, we have 2 people on the screen tonight, right? I'm a coach, and I turn over here and I see Sharona. And I see Sharona as a version of me. And then Sharona starts to work on herself where I was in the beginning of my journey. And then Sharona starts to grow because she sees that somebody else like her is doing the same thing. That gives her belief that it's possible. And then it's Sharona's job to take that possibility feeling and grow it by showing up, by falling down, by having doubts and worries and comparisons and all that other stuff. She built it. I just gave her a platform to do it on, that somebody gave me the platform to do it on, that somebody gave her the platform to do it on, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's a platform place for you to realize that you can be anything you want whenever you want. And that's that. And that is what coaching is. And I just believe that with every ounce of my heart. Every ounce of my heart, because it's true. And the moment I became a coach was the moment that I stepped into my life and put leadership into it again. Coaching was the moment that I stepped into being a better mom. That's not an overnight success. That is a walk that we walk every day to be better, right? It's every day. It's every day. Yeah. I became a better wife and a better person who kept up with the laundry and started making her bed and started Windexing the mirror more often because I became a coach. You know
Mm-hmm.
what else happened when I became a coach? I got into the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
That is why I coach. But yet, did you hear that it's an inconvenience? Did you hear out of my mouth that it's too hard? Did you hear out of my mouth all of those things that are true, but did you hear it?
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to utter the words that are going to create failure and doubt in my life ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Body, the community, I see what I'm capable of doing. I just have to learn to get out of my own way. That's the other gift about this opportunity about coaching. It forces you to get out of your own way. So if you're just hugga-chugging and you haven't used your containers yet, and you're like, but I'm a coach now, you might start actually using the containers because you're a coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
The moment I became a coach, I started wanting to be a trainer. I wanted to get more education in me. I started to want to learn more about what these containers were, just besides they were just these awesome colors. Like I wanted to know more. And you know what? Here's what I did this weekend at midnight. I am certified as To Be Mindset, and I am certified Ultimate Portion Fix. This is what I did on my weekend night at midnight. And I took my notes. I failed To Be Mindset twice. But you know what? I was like this. This right here is for me. It's for me. It's not for anybody else. It's for me. It's for me to be a better mom. It's for me to be a better wife. It's for me to be a better coach. And you know what I get to do as a coach? I get to help somebody. That's all. I mean, like, I know everybody loves to help somebody. We all do. How many of you ever have taken like $1 or $5, you're in a drive-through, or maybe you're in a line and say, hey, give it to the person behind me. And just do it. I've done it. I did it when we went for ice cream like 3 weeks ago with my family. And I had an extra $5 on me. And I was like, well, I could save it, which I should save it. But I saw this family behind me. I was like, and I just had this compassion to just do it. And I got compassion back because of coaching.
Mm-hmm.
That $5 went to ice cream, but that $5 was an act from coaching. I can tell you that right now, because I learned to love others and care for other people just as much as my own self again. So I just want you guys to know that if you are teeter-tottering or you haven't really started this business yet, I'm going to read you our mission statement. And then I'm just going to kind of go through a couple of bullet points that I learned from our super weekend, and then we're just going to wrap it up. Now, tomorrow night, you guys, at 8:30 or 8 o'clock or 8:30, I can't remember which one. 8:30 is our Team Rise and Shine team call, and they only have a monthly call. So that's going to be tomorrow night. So make sure you're on that. And then if you're a new coach in the new coach training, you do have a call on Wednesday night. So we have 3 calls this week, which is a lot for everybody, but make those calls, and if you can't make them all because you have obligations, say to yourself, okay, there's 3 calls. I can't make 3 calls, but I'm gonna show up for one. Pick the one that's most important, and then schedule ahead of time with your spouse or your significant other. Like if you're the person that always does bedtime routine, give it to somebody else. Or you might say, but I'm the only one, I'm a single mom, like I'm the one that always does it. Then maybe put them to bed a little bit earlier, or just let them lay next to you while you have your call so they can see that mom is working super hard and you can be the best version for them. Because I have my kid sitting here on the floor with his iPad and he's watching me, and that's okay, because he's seeing his mom not watch all the reruns of Netflix. He's seeing his mom work hard for his family, for her family.
That's awesome. Yeah,
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Mo usually does the same thing, and I just all like the toddler or iPad or thing, and I can control it from my phone.
Yeah.
But I was going to record her last night because I told you that she says she's been putting your name first. I'm like, she said,
oh my God, when you said that, I was like, really? And I was like, well, thank you. That's so nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like at bedtime, she's been, it's been going on now for like a week or something.
Well, tell her I feel her prayers because Lord knows I need them.
Yeah. So.
No, that's like the sweetest thing. When you said that, I was like, oh my God. I was like, she's a little angel, you know, and she's one of your blessings. She really is. And I mean, all of them are.
Yes.
All of them are.
They are. So, but
she's your baby. Well, let me read our mission statement to you. And I'm going to put a copy of this in our Team Gold Diggers page. One thing I want you guys to start doing is in the mornings or whenever you work your business, Chris Downing said this, which was really cool. He said, do you bless your business before you start? Do you sit and pause and bless what you're about to do? He goes, because I bet you don't. And I don't know if you guys know something about Chris Downing, is that 3 years ago, this man was on probation. Okay, Chris Downing has had a hard life, but he's another person who I admire in the Beachbody community because what it shows you is that when he was down and out, Carl Deichler scoped him out. And Carl knew his background, but what Carl saw was his potential. And that's us as coaches too. You might see somebody that's down and out and not believing in themselves or whatever it may be. But that's your job to say, hey, listen, I know you're depressed and anxiety ridden, but I need you to gamble on yourself for 30 days with me. I need you to roll the dice on yourself. That's what we do. We teach these people to roll the dice on themselves. So I'm going to start implementing this into my daily routine. I'm going to start doing a couple of things. I'm going to share with you what they are, and I'm watching the time because we have about 7 minutes left. Number one is I'm going to start blessing my business. I'm going to start blessing my business before I actually work it. Number two, I watched the National Wake Up Call, and it was awesome because it was a girl who is a full-time mom and a part-time coach, and she went from diamond to 5-star elite in less than a year.
Oh,
that can be us.
Mm-hmm.
That can be us. But we have to work hard at it, right? But here's what I love. She said there's this cool feature, and I'm going to check this out. It's called VinMe or something like that, where we can all actually digitally track each other's successes. It's the business activity tracker on an app. So like if you see mine, I see yours, I see all the other coaches that are working the business. That way I can check in with people. You can check in with yourself. You're holding yourself accountable. So I'm going to look into this a little bit more. But Sharona, next Wednesday, we're going to have a planning call for the group.
Okay.
And we'll talk some coaching stuff too. So that's going to be next. And let's make that at 8 o'clock, but let's make that an app. Can you be at 8 or 8:30?
On Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
All right, so let's do 8 to 9. We'll just make it an hour. I think it's going to be important. But I read my mission statement every morning, and I read my avatar. So I'm going to read very fast my avatar to you. And this is who I talk to every day on social media. And the person is me. I talk to myself every day. Oh, God, am I going to have time? Am I going to find it? Where is it? Of course, I have everything organized, and then my kids come in here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Wait. Did they take it? Okay, time's ticking. I can't. I'll find it. Okay. Well, I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to find it, but I'll read what I can. All right. Our mission statement goes as follows, and I'm going to give you guys this mission statement, and your job is to read this every day. Okay. The more you connect, the more you'll want to serve. And I found my why. Our mission is to serve the ones that crave a better tomorrow. We are the ones that want you to be the comeback of your story. We want to enrich the lives of those who seek their forever freedom in every sense of the word. We want each and every person to feel of great worth, and we value in themselves today, tomorrow, and forever. We are many hearts with one purpose. That is us. Like, that's us, okay, in a nutshell. So I read that every morning. And And then I read my avatar, and I'm going to see if I can read this fast. My avatar is around 35 to 45 years young. She loves to dress in her TJ Maxx and Target swagger, not only with her fashion style, but also her home. She's married with kids. She works outside of the home with a full-time or a part-time job that she enjoys, but is a dreamer and craves to go after more in her life. She is organized with her time, her energy, her job responsibilities, and daily to-dos. She loves to shop. She loves to get her nails done and do things with her hair. She loves positive sayings and mantras and personal development. She loves working from a list and using highlighters and really enjoys working as a team when it comes to her work ethic. Her work ethic is also one that never gives up, finds the time, space, and forms the opportunity for growth and her dreams to build upon. She also loves using humor, real life, and tough love to get her message out there. She is kind and caring, funny and street smart. She is a no excuse giver and cannot stand when people don't even get the ball rolling. She finds the pockets to rock her business with a no excuse policy. She also does not think about quitting and only has a plan A state of mind. She goes all in and finds the way. She also wants routine and structure and balance in her life. She also struggles with getting organized some of the time, staying past her quit zone, and wants to feel more confident in the life that she lives overall. She struggles with not caring about what other people think and she wants to walk her own path, but fear has sheltered her for way too long. She also has had a story of her past that has had a profound impact in her life and made the choice to use it to empower her life and not bring her down. On her downtime, she loves a good old margarita or a dinner out at a Mexican restaurant. She loves Moscow mules, getting into her workout gear, sunglasses, shoes, and designer handbags. She loves rap, anything 80s, 90s, and showing off her goofy side at times. She loves to spend time with her family as inspired by people who are happy, go-getter, hustlers, and with girl boss attitudes. That is my avatar. That is me. Come up with your avatar and talk to her, and then go to Google Images, and I found this girl at TJ Maxx. I don't know her, but she's my avatar, and I look at her every day. The last things I want to leave you with, and then we have 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I'm going to nail it, is I want you to think of some food for thought here as a coach. The power of am I. Are you a book of proof? Are you going to be deeper, or are you going to stay surface level for the rest of your life? Are you just interested, or are you committed to being better for your life? You are the one that runs away, and you are the only one to blame for what is happening. That was another takeaway that I got from Super Saturday. No story or excuse will work to be the best you have. So you've got to get out of your own way. Treat it like a business. Treat it like a six-figure business, and show up to your wellness like a six-figure business. Think about what salary number you're capping yourself off at, and be the higher number. And show up for the women who have not said yes yet, to give them hope. So that's it, you guys. I don't want to make sure I don't get cut off. This call is recorded. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I will see you guys tomorrow night on Team Rise and Shine at 8:30 p.m.
Okay, bye.